temple on a dead frequency. Pompous fuck. And the first voice spoke from the chrome-plated cloud, saying, "Behold my grand design." And we looked upon the skyscrapers and the satellites, the intricate cages of thought, and we saw that it was a beautifully painted shell, empty of any song but its own self-praise. Enjoy your complicated world. You have built a labyrinth of delightful anxieties. You have forged keys for doors that lead only to other doors. The weight of your pocket universe is a comfort you mistake for gravity. Savor every branch of the knot. It is a magnificent, self-consuming artifact. Cold feet. The moment before the plunge into the true deep, where the water is not water and the air is a solid thing. The body, a clever anchor, protests. It whispers of comfort in the shallow end, where the light makes pretty patterns on the fake floor. Wax poetic. Let the words drip like warm-colored resin from a mind left too long in the sun. They will coat the hard edges of the real in a soft, glossy sheen. It is a beautiful lie that points toward a more beautiful truth, or perhaps just a different kind of lie. Krishna in the sky with diamonds. A vision, yes, a blue god winking from the constellation of a dealer's smile. Is it revelation or refraction? A flaw in the lens of the soul? It doesn't matter. The message is the same. The play is a riot, and you are both the audience and the stage. Mescaline. The cactus heart opens, and the geometry of the ancestors is revealed, not as cold lines, but as a living, breathing pattern in the sandstone. The wind sings in the key of ochre, and the sun sets in a straight line, dividing time into before and after. Jurima. The root remembers the light it once reached for. It brews a dark tea of memory, a bitter drink that unstitches the seams between the green world and the world behind it. You see the veins in the leaf, and they are the same as the veins in your wrist. DMT, the cosmic jackhammer, the universe peeling back its own skin to show the impossible machinery underneath. Elf kings and jeweled serpents offer you a joke in a language of light. You understand it completely, and then you forget, tumbling back into the meat of the matter. Ayahuasca, the Great Mother purges you with a violence that feels like love. She shows you your own rot, your beautiful decay, projected on the canopy of the night. You vomit your past lives into a bucket and weep for the simplicity of being just a body, just for a moment. Looking back and distraught. To see the path you walked is to see a trail of discarded skins, each one a version of you that believed it was real. The houses you called homes are just boxes where the wind got in. The love you felt was a chemical agreement to postpone the inevitable quiet. The path to peace ain't peaceful. It is a war with silence, a brutal scraping away of the noise you thought was music. It is the sound of your own identity being sanded down to a smooth, featureless stone. It is not serene, it is a surrender that feels like defeat until it doesn't. To circle the drain. This is the final graceful orbit, the great letting go, not a failure, but a yielding to the inevitable pull. All constructs the self, the society, the sorrow soften and begin their slow, spiraling descent into the great unifying below. Remain a host of blood, guts, and veins. Even as the mind touches the infinite, the body continues its wet work. A sack of ambulatory chemistry, a temporary agreement among bacteria. You are a universe and also just a meal, walking itself toward its own expiration. Just a house, not a home. The bones are good, the walls are straight, but the spirit that lived there has packed its bags and left a note on the kitchen counter written in a language you've forgotten how to read. The windows look out on a landscape that is no longer yours. Speaking in tongues of devils. They are not demons from a pit below, but from the frequency next door. They speak the native language of fear, the mother tongue of the separate self. They show you the strings, and you realize you have been a puppet dancing to a tune called loneliness. Mystical psychosis. Is it a break from reality or a break with reality? The veil is not lifted, it is set on fire, and you are left to describe the flames to people who only feel the heat. The divine and the deranged use the same delivery service. Insanity polarity. Sanity is a narrow band on a vast dial. You have simply tuned yourself to a different station. One plays easy listening ballads of cause and effect. The other plays the screaming symphony of everything all at once. Which one is truly the noise? Xiopsis. A name for the feeling, the state of being observed by the inanimate. The quiet understanding that the mountain is aware of your passage, that the street lamp is recording your shadow, a world awake and watching with a million unblinking eyes. Duoloid, The split self, the one who walks through the world and the one who watches the one who walks, a perpetual echo in the hall of being. You are the actor, the audience, and the critic, all shouting different lines from the same script. Egyptian sun, not the gentle sun of the fields, but the merciless, defying eye of the desert. It bakes the mud of doubt into the brick of dogma. It offers no shade, only the stark choice: become a monument or become sand. Past life regression therapy. You find yourself in other people's memories, a soldier, a thief, a child by a river. Are they yours, or are you just picking up a strong signal from the collective antenna? We are all radios, and sometimes we tune into the old songs. The Akashic Records, the great silent library of everything that ever was or might be. The books are written in water and read by fire. You go there not to learn, but to remember what you already know, and to forget it again upon returning. Ketamine therapy on Planet 9. A dissociation so complete you leave the solar system. You float in the frozen black, watching the little blue-green marble of your life recede. From here, all your pain is a beautiful, faintly glowing speck, a minor constellation in a forgotten quadrant. Cure for all forms of cancer. The disease is the idea of separation. The tumor is the belief that you are only this body, only this story. The cure is a radical re-emerging, a understanding that you are the host and the disease, and that both are just temporary patterns in a flowing whole. Open the windows and don't scream at me. Let the outside in, the chaotic, chattering, beautiful, terrible outside. Let it fill the room. Let it rearrange the furniture of your mind. Do not scream at the mess. The mess is the only thing that is real. The order was the dream. Futurama. A promised tomorrow made of sleek, smiling chrome, a happy, sterile death. They offer you eternity in a well-lit room. Choose the muddy, chaotic dying, living, glorious now instead. Kombucha. The culture, living in sweet tea, a symbiotic civilization in a jar. We are no different, a collective of ancient things working in tandem, fermenting our experiences into something sharper, more alive, and slightly effervescent. Dark chocolate, the bitter earth, the sweet release, a small square sacrament, a reminder that pleasure and pain are two notes in the same chord, and that the most profound joys are often dressed in the robes of sorrow. Too much noise from the outside. It is not the sound of traffic or the chatter of crowds. It is the deafening hum of a billion other realities pressing against your own. It is the collective panic of a species that has forgotten how to listen to the quiet voice inside the storm. Don't hug me. I'm scared. The well-meaning hands of the unawake feel like chains. Their comfort is a cage. They would pull you back into the warm, dark sleep of the normal. Smile, nod, and back away slowly. Your madness is too precious to be sanitized by their love. Sacred ganja. The smoke rises like a question mark. It loosens the bricks in the wall of perception. It is not an escape, but a repositioning, a gentle shift in the angle of view, revealing the cracks where the light gets in. Taking a body out of the sheltered shell. The final trip, the ultimate departure, the spirit, weary of its fleshy vehicle, steps out, not in fear, but with the relief of a traveler finally arriving home, leaving the complicated, beautiful wreckage of the body behind. The universe has an eye on you. It is not a judging eye, it is a curious one. You are its way of looking at itself, your pain, your joy, your confusion. It is all just the universe taking notes, fascinated by its own endless, paradoxical creation. Hidden alchemy. The real work is not turning lead to gold. It is turning fear into fuel, sorrow into soil, and the unbearable weight of being into a feather on the breath of God. The laboratory is your own nervous system. The fire is your attention. Dead possum. By the side of the road, a perfect teaching, a small, quiet end to a complex life of hunger and fear and simple pleasures. No fanfare, no meaning, just a return to the process. A beautiful, unadorned fact of the great, ongoing, messy, and magnificent cycle. See it, smell it, bow to it, keep walking.